is crazy, you guys. The amount of people that believe is insane. And this just goes to show the Mockingbird media and the way it uses fear to compartmentalize, to propagandize, and divide and conquer our country.
The second wave! The virus cannot survive Arizona's heat! This is a scientific fact! The corrupt media is lying to you! Your corrupt governments, Dick Ducey, can lie to you! COVID-1984 is a globalist propaganda hoax. The second wave.
But later it's then found out that from the FBI that these plans to do what these people did, not all of them, but many of them, probably the more destructive of them, had been planned prior to the speech. What do you say to people, Congressman Meyer, who say you jumped the gun, you made a decision before you had all the facts in front of you, and then facts unfolded later that said that these groups were planning on doing what they did prior to the speech?
Well, I say that doesn't change anything. I mean, the fact of the matter is the speech that was given, that was not the sole rationale, right? That was, you had to view that in context. And the context was months and months of November 3rd was a landslide victory for Donald Trump that was stolen. And January 6th was the day to stop that steal, right? That's why folks came out to D.C. That's why there was a crowd that was gathered. That's why a lot of these groups, especially the Oath Keepers and the 3 Percenters, that's why they were planning violence that day, was because of that, all that had been built up. And many of them felt that they were doing so at the insistence, at the encouragement, or under the guidance of the president. Now, was that what the president intended? I don't know. But that was what happened. And to me, that was a sincere dereliction of responsibility by a public official, let alone, endangering the life of Vice President Pence and the lack of response that occurred in the hours after folks started to break into the Capitol. Well, I say that doesn't change anything. I mean, the fact of the matter is the speech that was given, that was not the sole rationale, right? That was, you had to view that in context. And the context was months and months of November 3rd was a landslide victory for Donald Trump that was stolen. And January 6th was the day to stop that steal, right? That's why folks came out to D.C. That's why there was a crowd that was gathered. That's why a lot of these groups, especially the Oath Keepers and the 3 Percenters, that's why they were planning violence that day, was because of that, all that had been built up. And many of them felt that they were doing so at the insistence, at the encouragement, or under the guidance of the president. Now, was that what the president intended? I don't know. But that was what happened. And to me, that was a sincere dereliction of responsibility by a public official, let alone, endangering the life of Vice President Pence and the lack of response that occurred in the hours after folks started to break into the Capitol.
States Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you. This is, without question, the latest news conference I've ever had. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people. And we won't stand for it. We will not stand for it. I want to thank the First Lady, my entire family, and Vice President Pence, Mrs. Pence, for being with us all through this. And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. The results tonight have been phenomenal, and we are getting ready. I mean, literally, we were just all set to get outside and just celebrate something that was so beautiful, so good, such a vote, such a success. The citizens of this country have come out in record numbers. This is a record. There's never been anything like it. To support our incredible movement, we won states that we weren't expected to win. Florida, we didn't win it. We won it by a lot. And we won the great state of Ohio. We won Texas. We won Texas. We won Texas by 700,000 votes, and they don't even include it in the tabulations. It's also clear that we have won Georgia. We're up by 2.5% or 117,000 votes with only 7% left. They're never going to catch us. They can't catch us. Likewise, we've clearly won North Carolina, where we're up 1.4% or 77,000 votes with only approximately 5% left. They can't catch us. We also, if you look and you see, Arizona, we have a lot of life in that. And somebody declared that it was a victory for, and maybe it will be. I mean, that's possible. But certainly there were a lot of votes out there that we could get, because we're now just coming into what they call Trump territory. I don't know what you call it, but these were friendly Trump voters, and that could be overturned. The gentleman that called it, I watched tonight, he said, well, we think it's fairly unlikely that he could catch. Well, fairly unlikely. And we don't even need it. We don't need that. That was just a state that if we would have gotten it, it would have been nice, Arizona. But there's a possibility, maybe even a good possibility. In fact, since I saw that originally, it's been changed, and the numbers have substantially come down just in a small amount of votes. So we want that, obviously, to stay in play. But most importantly, we're winning Pennsylvania by a tremendous amount of votes. We're up 600. Think of this. Think of this. Think of this. We're up 690,000 votes in Pennsylvania. 690,000. These aren't even close. It's not like, oh, it's close. With 64% of the vote in, it's going to be almost impossible to catch. And we're coming into good Pennsylvania areas where they happen to like your president. I mean, it's like very good. So we'll probably expand that. We're winning Michigan, but I'll tell you, I looked at the numbers. I said, whoa. I said, wow, that's a lot. By almost 300,000 votes, and 65% of the vote is in. And we're winning Wisconsin, so we're winning. We don't need all of them. We need, because when you add Texas in, which wasn't added, I spoke with the really wonderful governor of Texas just a little while ago, and Greg Abbott, he said, congratulations. He called me to congratulate me on winning Texas. I mean, we won Texas. I don't think they finished quite the tabulation, but there's no way. and it was almost complete, but he congratulated me. Then he said, by the way, what's going on? I've never seen anything like this. Can I tell you what? Nobody has. So we won by 107,000 votes with 81% of the vote. That's Michigan. So when you take those 3 states in particular, and you take all of the others, I mean, we have so many, we had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory, 377,000. Texas, as we said. Ohio, think of this. Ohio, a tremendous state, a big state. I love Ohio. We won by 8.1%, 461,000. Think of it. Almost 500,000 votes. North Carolina, big victory with North Carolina. And so we won there. We lead by 76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you, and I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us, and Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please.
Thank you.
First and foremost, your reaction to what we just heard from the president.
Well, you know, since Election Day, various guests, attorneys, and elected officials have appeared on NewsMax and offered opinions and claims about Smartmatic and Dominion Systems, both companies that offer voting software in the U.S., and NewsMax would like to clarify its news coverage and note that it has not reported as true certain claims made about these companies. There are several facts our viewers and readers should be aware of. NewsMax has found no evidence that either Dominion or Smartmatic owns the other or has any business association with each other. We have no evidence that Dominion uses Smartmatic software or vice versa. No evidence has been offered that Dominion or Smartmatic use software or reprogrammed software that manipulated votes in the 2020 election. Smartmatic has stated that its software was only used in the 2020 election in Los Angeles, was not used in any battleground state contested by the Trump campaign. NewsMax has no evidence to the contrary. Dominion has stated the company has no ownership relationship with the Pelosi family, the Feinstein family, the Clinton family, Hugo Chavez, or the government of Venezuela. Neither Dominion nor Smartmatic has any relationship with George Soros. Smartmatic is a U.S. company and not owned by the Venezuelan government, Hugo Chavez, or any foreign official or entity. Smartmatic states that it has no operations in Venezuela. While the company did election projects in Venezuela from 2004 to 2017, it states it was never founded by Hugo Chavez, nor did it have a corrupt relationship with him or the Venezuelan government. For more on this, please go to our website at newsmax.com. Read facts about Dominion Smartmatic that you should know.
Irregularities of mail-in opinions about the integrity of the election, the irregularities of mail-in voting, of election voting machines and voting software. One of the companies, we reached out to one of the leading authorities on open source software for elections, Eddie Perez, for his insight and views. Eddie is the Global Director of Tech Development at the Open Source Election Technology Institute. We asked him for his assessment of Smartmatic and recent claims about the company.
Have you seen any evidence that Smartmatic software was used to flip votes anywhere in the U.S. in this election?
I have not seen any evidence that Smartmatic software was used to delete, change, alter anything related to vote tabulation.
Smartmatic says its software was never used outside of LA County in 2020. Do you know whether or not that's true?
That is my understanding. Smartmatic functioned as the contract manufacturer for the Los Angeles County voting system, and that was a customized system that was effectively built to the county's order. I am not aware of them having any other direct customers, relationships with election officials in the United States.
What about Smartmatic and Dominion? Do you know if they're related, whether one owns the other, whether Dominion uses Smartmatic software?
Both Dominion and Smartmatic have individually and respectively put out very clear statements from their corporate headquarters, each of them indicating they are independent companies, they are not related to each other. It is my understanding that neither one of them has an ownership stake in the other or anything like that. They are, again, for all intents and purposes, two completely separate companies.
Have you seen any evidence of a connection between George Soros and Smartmatic?
I'm not aware of any direct connection between George Soros and Smartmatic. It is my understanding that an executive at Smartmatic has some sort of relationship with one of Soros's foundations. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Have you seen any evidence of Smartmatic sending U.S. votes to be tabulated in foreign countries?
No, I'm not aware of any evidence that Smartmatic is sending U.S. votes to be tabulated in foreign countries. Again, I'm not aware, outside of Los Angeles County, of Smartmatic tabulating any votes in the United States because I'm not aware of them having any customer relationships in the U.S. And secondly, as others have pointed out, irrespective of which voting technology vendor we're talking about, in the United States, the ballots that are cast in the United States are tabulated in the United States.
Are you aware of any instances in which Smartmatic's technology was banned in the U.S. in 2020 due to security weaknesses or wrongdoing?
I am not. I'm not aware of any instances where Smartmatic's technology was banned in the U.S. Again, it is my understanding that outside of one customer in Los Angeles County, Smartmatic has no presence in the voting technology marketplace in the United States.
So what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the election fraud with these WD machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then I put it back up, my personal, it was a...
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at NewsMax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and NewsMax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view. So we wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate the allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this should be temporary because it appears to be permanent? Could you make an argument that it is temporary?
What?
Could you make an argument that this would be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because, you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines.
No election fraud.
Okay, Mike, can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please? I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
NewsMax have not been able to verify any of those allegations.
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is happening overall in terms of censorship.
Trying to cancel out my company and myself in this country is cancel culture.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, so here is the FBI. Oh, this is Department of Justice. I thought I was in the FBI. Okay, this is the Department of Justice, FBI, because the FBI is part of the Department of Justice. Sorry, I was right. Okay, this is Capitol breach case. You can find this on the website. You go to FBI Capitol Violence. That's where I got it. And it says, this is the list of defendants that have been charged. Okay, identified and charged. And let me tell you, we're only up to 600. Only up to 600 that have been charged. Let's see, does this say charged and arrested? I think this is just charged. Yeah, charged. Okay, so 600 have been charged, identified and charged, and then we've got maybe 1,000 or 2,000 more. So you Tea Party people, you people that listen to WBCK and listen to, what is it, WKMI, the one in Kalamazoo, and then there's one in Flint, and then there's one in Lansing, and isn't there one in Traverse City? I don't know. I'll have to look up my what's that radio company? Town Square Media. I'll have to look at how many stations. Yeah, it's a big, huge media conglomerate. So, yeah. And I don't know how many stations they have, like 300, 400. So they're big media. And they're lying to you. But, whatever. So we can start going through these cases. Let me just see. It's in alphabetical order. And let me go down. Wait. Oop. Okay, the first one on the list is Adams, Jared Hunter. Then they list the charge. Here's the charge right here. Whoop, where's my... Okay, there's my arrow. Here's the charge. Charges are here. Other information. Okay, this gives you the complaint, the legal documents, the complaint, statement of facts. Okay, he's from Ohio. Okay, and let me go down. Wait, can I? Oh, I can't. All right. Let me go down to the next one. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Oh, he's from Virginia. Gonzalez? Alvier. Boy, that's an unusual name. Alvier. I'm sorry. Alvier. I'm forgetting my Spanish. Alvier. That's not a regular vowel. I don't know. That's an unusual vowel combination for Spanish. All right, I'm just blabbing about my Spanish. Okay, he's from Virginia. What's the charge? The charge is listed here. I don't know. It's quite a bit of stuff. Did it say arrested? Oh, plea agreement. He pled. Okay. I'm not showing you the entire page. I'm trying to save memory. Another Adams. Howard Burton Adams. Florida. Edgewater, Florida. Let's keep going. Alum. Zachary Jordan. Oh my, there's a long list of things here. I can't even get it into the screen. Wait. Oh, let me go back. Wait. Oh, can I go back? Okay, I'll just read it to you. Here, I'm right here with the arrest. Assaulting, resisting, impeding certain officers, assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers. That was repeated. Using a dangerous weapon, civil disorder, and aiding and abetting, destruction of government property exceeding $1,000. Oh, good job, Zachary Jordan Alum. I've got to thank WBCK again at this point. Can I thank WBCK? You're involved in. I thank you for scaring the heck out of Lansing and disrupting things, and then I think didn't they have to shut things down because those jerks had semi-automatics weapons? Yeah, I think they did. So you're involved in that one, and then you're involved in the DC one. So kudos to WBCK. Mission accomplished. Let me keep going with the. Let's see. What did I say here? Destruction of government property exceeding $1,000, obstruction of an official proceeding. That was the counting of the Electoral College vote. An official proceeding, aiding and abetting, entering and remaining in restricted building with deadly or dangerous weapon, engaging in physical violence in a restricted building with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct in the Capitol building. Act of physical violence in the Capitol building. Oh, parading, demonstrating, and picketing in the Capitol. Wow. He was arrested and indicted, arraigned. He's still in jail. Wow. It says defendant remains committed. Good job, WBCK. Okay, let me go down. That was Alum. We're only in the A's, man. Let's see. Alberts. Unlawful possession of a firearm in the Capitol grounds. These guys are real winners. Okay, let's keep going. Fire grounds or buildings. Unlawful entry or remaining on a restricted grounds without lawful authority. Carrying a pistol without a license outside the home or place of business. Possession of large capacity ammunition. Okay, possession of large capacity ammunition feeding device. Oh my God. Oh well, you've done a wonderful job, Donald Trump and Town Square Media. Town Square Media deserves a lot of credit too, because if you didn't have these 300 stations lying to people and getting them all upset about the election, you wouldn't have had it. You wouldn't have had an armed insurrection, an insurrection that was somewhat armed, certainly violent, and violent intent. So thank you, Town Square Media. Who am I missing? Tim Collins, David Rankowitz, Town Square Media. I got to get the CEO of Town Square Media. Yeah, they deserve the credit, right? This isn't just a few hundred individuals, random individuals. This takes a nationwide effort. Let's keep going. Let me do one more. That guy had a weapon. Let me just see. I'm going to have to read the indictment maybe. I don't know if I have the time or the inclination. Wait. That was a firearm. Okay. Oh, shoot. It's bouncing around, and I don't know how to... Oh, here we go. I'm getting it. Oh, no, I'm not getting it. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Atoms? Did we get all the atoms? Oh, we didn't. Oh, wait. Okay, they're somewhat out of order. Okay, here's another Abdul Ragheb Rasha, Abdul something. Entering the building. Adams Jr. Let's see. Let's see. This guy Abul Ragheb Rasha is from New Jersey, and then Adams Jr. Thomas, Illinois. Okay, Illinois. Daniel Adams. Oh, Daniel Adams. Howard Burton Adams, Edgewater, Florida, of course, Florida. And the other guy's from Texas. Oh, then I had Zachary, the long thing from Zachary Allen. I missed a few people. I dumped. And then the guy with the semi-automatic. Well, semi-automatic with a feeding device. That's Albert's. Alford is the next one. Shall we just page through this? Albert, Alum, Alvarado, Anderson, Andres, Antonio. Oh gosh, this is the A's. Bacon. Oh, now we're in the B's. Noah Bacon, Massachusetts. Stephanie Baez. Oh, Alabama, Huntsville. Good for her. We need the Confederacy involved with this. Baggett, Matthew Baggett, Tennessee, North Carolina, Stephen. I don't know, I'm bored with it, or not bored, but, I'm tired of paging through. These are all going to be somewhat similar, but that's what you're going to look forward to. These people will, I can tell you there are people volunteering to arrest these people. They're identifying them, and because they were so stupid as to put everything on the internet, it's all on Facebook, because they're kind of stupid. I guess they thought they would either be successful or they would never be charged with anything. So, hey, Trumpers. Okay. Well.
Please begin your remarks.
Yep, my name's Heikkila. I think you guys know who I am at this point. I want to apologize for anyone that believes that last meeting was hijacked in any way at the end, because I think that the important things you all absolutely heard and hopefully you listened to. Again, it's difficult to sit here and push and push and push for people to listen to people and then have them stifle them. I mean, Ben, we have people that continue to come out, and they're going to continue to come out. That's the whole point of this, is that the people need to have control over the community again. They need people that are representatives and not politicians. We have people that need to understand that we have MCL 764.16, which gives us the ability to do a private party person arrest, right? A private party arrest. A private person arrest. And so we need as people to understand that, because when we have local representatives that are colluding, that are doing things to remove our rights, we the people need to understand how we stand up for our rights and make sure that those that are conspiring to remove our rights, which is the violation of 18 U.S.C. 241.
I'll ask you to lower your voice, please.
We the people, and you as an individual do not get to tell people to lower their voice or to control how we address you in our redress of grievances.
Sir, please calm down.
I'm speaking passionately here, and I'm getting a little bit loud. It bothers you, Ben, that someone gets loud when they're addressing you, when they're simply stating the facts that we the people need to learn how we then stop you all from violating our rights.
1 minute left.
Because we need more meetings hijacked with those that we have evidence of. If that's what we're going to call it, hijacking meetings, then we need to hijack more meetings and provide the proper private person arrests for every one of you, that we get the evidence of you conspiring to take away our rights. Whether you can't hear it in a loud, passionate voice or not.
30 seconds.
That's sad. But this is what needs to happen, is that you all need to learn not to violate our rights. And people are learning their rights. Sorry if you don't like to hear that. If I'm too loud when I say that. But guess what? You should be here
That's
to listen
3
no matter
minutes.
what it is.
Thank you for your
and
comments.
we have a right to do it no matter what. Yeah.
Okay, the previous clip was Adam Heikkila. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Adam Heikkila speaking at some board meeting, county board, or perhaps a school board meeting somewhere in Michigan. He has a business in Battle Creek, and I think he used to be on Bedford Township Commission, but he was kicked off of it because of violent or would you call it threatening behavior. So his brother, Aaron Heikkila, is responding to the posting of his speaking at the board meeting, and it says, let's see, I'll read it. Adam almost got dismissed for being disorderly. Adam himself has gavelled people over orderliness, so this situation is quite comical. What Adam might not realize is that if he makes the arrest, he's talking about citizens' arrest in that speech. Ultimately, the arrested person isn't convicted of a felony, then Adam would be liable for many civil and criminal charges himself. Kudos that he is brave enough or foolish enough to make such a risk to himself, but he is moronic to think felony charges would actually be successful. Don't encourage this person to make a loud fool of himself and his community further. That's Adam Heikkila's brother, Aaron. And there are several other comments I'm going to read from Aaron, critical of Adam. Okay, here's again Aaron Heikkila responding to Adam Heikkila. Weird that Adam doesn't think order is to be kept in the proceedings after he has played that role. He damages himself and his community by acting loud and unruly. Adam's only rhetorical technique is yelling, and yelling doesn't convince those who aren't in agreement with him. When his yelling is taken away, all he has left is a bunch of hearsay. He should show up with posters clearly documenting the felony. I guess Adam is alleging some sort of felony. He needs to clearly and irrefutably demonstrate the wrongdoing to the officers if he expects them to take action. Otherwise, he is only viewed as a ranting lunatic. Okay, this is Aaron Heikkila talking about his brother Adam Heikkila, who was just in that previous clip. Okay, let me go on to the other. Okay, this is the third post from Aaron Heikkila responding to Adam Heikkila. I'm his bigger brother. I know him far better than you. Adam is a prideful coward. He gets up and yells things he doesn't understand because he likes the attention from people like you. He's a virtual signaling fool, no better than the lefties he claims to be against. Adam presented zero evidence. Only a fool would expect the law enforcement officers to act without clear evidence. If they don't understand, then clear and irrefutable evidence is required. You need to break it down Barney style for them. Adam only made himself appear as an enemy to law and order with his empty ranting. People shouldn't be morons and expect law enforcement officers to act without evidence. They'd be endangering their own careers. They could be putting Adam in libel danger for complying with his arrest demands. So they could be saving Adam from his own lack of understanding. Adam is a no one when it comes to law. He's too prideful to listen to those of us who have more experience and understanding. That's, again, Aaron Heikkila responding to Adam Heikkila. I'm for sure this is happening all over the country where people are getting up and talking to boards and they have no idea what they're talking about. But hey, We're in the Trump era now. Okay, here's the last post from Aaron responding to his brother Adam. Well, I don't want to read that. I don't want to drag Adam here, but he's not what you think. Frankly, it's embarrassing. He's my brother, and wish he'd actually listen to me rather than be an arrogant fool. Okay, that's the brother talking to brother. Yeah, this is happening all over the place now because the Trumpers and the Tea Party people are told to disrupt meetings. Yep. Angry, disrupting meetings. Cool. Good strategy.
Last thing before we go tonight, the train to Crazy Town made an unscheduled whistle stop in Ohio this week. You're about to hear from a doctor and a nurse, medical professionals who have had contact with patients. They happen to be anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists. You've no doubt heard the conspiracy theory that they are injecting some sort of electronic tracking device in liquid form through a needle into our arms. But this, at a committee hearing in the Ohio legislature, this was next level.
Is it a combination of the protein, which now we're finding has a metal attached to it? I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots and now they're magnetized. They can put a key on their forehead, it sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them and they can stick. Because now we think that there's a metal piece to that. There's been people who've long suspected that there was some sort of an interface, yet to be defined, an interface between what's being injected in these shots and all of the 5G towers.
Yes, vaccines do harm people. By the way, so I just found out something when I was on lunch, and I wanted to show it to you.
Okay, this is the first red flag here for this woman. She said, "Oh, by the way, I just found out something during lunch. I just found out something like 20 minutes ago." That means she doesn't really know what she's talking about and hasn't even done any research. She just heard about it. Oh, God. But, yeah, you'll see it.
We're talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here. Explain to me why the key sticks to me. It sticks to my neck, too. So if somebody can explain this, that would be great. It sticks to my neck, too. Yeah, so if somebody can explain this, that would be great. It sticks to my neck, too. Yeah, so if somebody can explain this, that would be great. It sticks to my neck, too. Yeah, so if somebody can explain this, that would be great.
Yeah, so many questions. And while the demonstration didn't work out as well as she had planned, on the upside, it launched so many memes, some of them downright artistic. And a number of people applauded the convenience of being magnetized when you're going through your house and you can't find your keys. Now that we've had our fun, though, this is what anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists sound like. It's all crap, and in pandemic times, it's actually a danger to public health. And remember, the Russians give it a boost on social media because weakened adversaries are better for them. And at the end of the day, our parents were right. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. That is our broadcast for this Wednesday night.
Yeah, so if somebody could explain this, that would be great. It sticks to my neck, too. Yeah, so if somebody could explain this, that would be great. Talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here. Explain to me why the key sticks to me. It sticks to my neck too. Yeah, so if somebody could explain this, that would be great.
and hopefully you listen to. Again, it's difficult to sit here and push and push and push for people to listen to people and then have them stifle them. I mean, Ben, we have people that continue to come out, and they're going to continue to come out. That's the whole point of this, is that the people need to have control over the community again. They need people that are representatives and not politicians. We have people that need to understand that we have MCL 764.16, which gives us the ability to do a private party person arrest, right? A private party arrest, a private person arrest. And so we need, as people, to understand that, because when we have local representatives that are colluding, that are doing things to remove our rights, we, the people, need to understand how we stand up for our rights and make sure that those that are conspiring to remove our rights, which is the violation of 18 U.S.C. 241.
I'll ask you to lower your voice, please.
We the people, and you as an individual do not get to tell people to lower their voice or to control how we address you in our redress of grievances.
Sir, please calm down.
I'm speaking passionately here.
Access Vision. Your voice, your community.